Now we're going to do skull crushers without actually crushing our skull, or risking crushing our skull, right? Well, a more proper term for the exercise is lying tricep extensions. And this is how we're not going to crush our skull or risk crushing our skull. We're just not going to bring the weight to our forehead. Believe it or not, when you bring the weight to your forehead in a lying extension, which I'll explain in a minute, your elbows are aimed toward your waistline, right? When you bring the weight to your forehead, your elbows are toward your waist. Instead, what we're going to do is bring the weight behind our head. What's going to happen is our elbows are going to be aimed perfectly up toward the ceiling, straight up, and that's how you know you're in the right position. That's going to be our beginning position and our ending position. And after we do about 8 repetitions, what we're going to do is finish the exercise with some pressing movements. So let me show you how to do the lying tricep extension, aka skull crushers. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my bar, and a way to do this is to sort of feel your way to where your bench is. Take your index fingers, touch the bench, assuming that you put this on the right way, and that's going to be your beginning position. Now, as you can see, my elbows are straight up toward the ceiling, and I'll show you the improper way. So if I do the skull crusher, you see my elbows are toward my body, right, toward my waistline. If I do start off in this position, my elbows are up toward the ceiling, and this is my beginning and my ending position. I'm just going to press straight up, and then I'm going to come right back down, right behind my head. No risk of this thing falling on my forehead. And if I ever had to bail during a tricep extension, and I'm in this position, I just drop it, right? If I'm in this position, I'm in trouble, right? So I start here. You can use your bench as sort of a reference spot. Bring it down. You can even let it rest back on the bench and start the exercise completely over again. After I do about 8 repetitions of that, 8, then I'm going to do some presses. And I start off with my presses by keeping my elbows very close to my body. I extend all the way up and down. Now you can get a little bit of speed during this, and the speed is going to be thwarted somewhat because you're going to be relatively fatigued from doing your tricep extension, or your lying tricep extension. So just to review, keep the elbows in a fixed position, elbows aimed directly toward the ceiling, and just press up and then come back behind your head. After you do about 8 repetitions, bring the bar here and continue some pressing movements. And that's a way to do skull crushers without crushing your skull.